Welcome to Lawrence, Kansas, and pay heed all who enter, and beware, these Jayhawks can play a little football too. Today, a couple of squads here to square off in a Big 12 showdown. As we'll see, the Iowa Hawkeyes taking on a squad hoping to prevent another L this week, the Kansas Jayhawks. For EA Sports College Football, Reese Davis with you alongside David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, and guys, can't wait to get this one started. And the Hawkeyes will put total leather and we'll get started. And he's going to try to return this one. Not nearly as much as he'd hoped when he brought it out of the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 15. Here comes the offense on first down. Quick handoff. Not a lot of room there. Give him a couple to the 16.
And the running back didn't get much there. Nice job by the defense. You can tell they're focused in on this running back, on this run game, being physical, getting knockbacks, and limiting his carries.
Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on second down. Power football with the run. Slams into the pile. He'll get 1 to the 17. Didn't take long to need a clutch play on the opening drive. It's 3rd and 7. Quarterback checking the play. Trying to move the sticks on 3rd down through the air. On target to the left. That's where they'll mark him down. But what a play there to pick up a first down.
And listen, the defense knew coming into this one, they were going to target him early and often. He is a weapon, and there's no mystery where the quarterback's going to be looking on critical down and distances. Let's see how they're able to cover him throughout the rest of this game.
To the air on first down. He's got the back in the middle. And the defense had that one well covered, just a short gain there.
Yeah, and you see running backs in today's football, they play wide receiver basically for you, but you got to find a guy that you can throw it to, and you know he's going to catch the ball consistently.
Offense gets set for second down. He's looking to throw. Uncorks one. He makes a catch. And they exploited that soft spot, and they get it down to the 35.
This tight end is such a weapon because he can line up all over the field. That time he starts in the slot. He's running the corner route against zone coverage, and he's just got athleticism and wiggle and the ability to separate and make big plays.
And the quarterback is toast back at the 35.
And the defense has given up some plays, some passing yards on this drive. You want to stop that? Nice job rushing the quarterback, making him feel a little bit of pressure and getting him on the ground and now getting him behind the sticks.
Second down now after the sack. Movement here from the tight end. He leaves it with the back. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
And that's a great play by the defensive end. The best athletes on the field play defensive end. You can ask anybody. Yes, I agree, Jesse, Reese. See, they agree with me. Same thing. But you watch them get off the football, make the play. That's why you put your athletes there.
The 7th play of this opening drive will be a 3rd and long. Quarterback reacting to what the D is showing. Wide receiver coming across in motion. On 3rd down, he drops to throw. He took a hit as he threw it and couldn't deliver the football. It's incomplete, and 4th down's coming.
We're already in the first quarter, but already you get the feeling this could be a long day for this QB. He's already been sacked. He gets hit right there on the incomplete throw. They've got to find a way to do a better job up front of protecting this guy, or it's going to be difficult to put up points.
And that is no good. And guys, after the miss, no change in the score. After missing that 53-yard field goal attempt, pretty good field position here. 1st and 10 from the 36. Pretty good effort on that one to work his way up to the 42. Halfway there on 1st down, it's 2nd and 5. They'll try to get the edge on the left. He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3.
And I understand what the offense is trying to do. Use the wide side of the field, right? Use all that space, picks on the outside, get on the edge. But the defense was too disciplined. Great job setting the edge, not letting him get outside, making the big tackle.
Back to throw, it's Toppin. Using the quick game. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the field. Let's see which way that's going to go. An ill-advised play by that defender as he makes contact with the quarterback well after the throw, and it'll cost his defense. The offense will gladly take a fresh set of downs after the penalty.
You know, you talk so much about QBs, right, and having to make really good decisions. There's a great example. He didn't see anybody open downfield. He didn't hesitate for 1 second. He put his head down, and he took off and went running and generated an explosive play for the offense.
Going up top on 1st down. Now adjusting. And he just chucks it into the 4th row.
A nice job by the quarterback there. You're outside the pocket, nobody's open, so you throw the ball away knowing that you still have more chances to get this 1st down.
Now on 2nd down after the incompletion. They ripped off 7 on that one. Now a 3rd down and 3.
And a nice job by the running back, finding space, getting downhill, making a good run. Great job finishing with his pads.
Really need to pick up this conversion and avoid having to settle for the field goal. Now on the move. And he runs it in for the score. Touchdown, Hawkeye!
And these design QB runs, man, they really test the physicality of this defense. Knowing this quarterback's going to tote the rock, they know that there's now an extra blocker, so somebody on defense is going to have to make a superhuman effort, get off a block and make a play. They could not get that done.
And he did get that extra point through the slippery surface, no problem. From back of the end zone, he'll bring it out. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. Kansas gets the ball back, and the Jayhawk offense is ready to go to work. You want to talk about taking the wind out of your sails. Drive the ball down the field and miss the field goal, David.
You know what? Don't leave it up to kickers. Execute better offensive. I think you move the ball nice. You got to keep that in mind. But Palmer, I think you got to stay aggressive and don't settle for field goals.
Yeah, because you got to know there's just no margin for error right now. You just have got to be able to execute at a high level.
After that last incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from their own 20. They'll try the run. And he goes out of bounds after coming up with positive yardage there.
And I love this because you got 2nd and really, really long. And what's the idea of the offensive coordinator? Get 3rd and manageable. Nice job getting the run. Not only a positive run, shoot, you almost got the 1st down. Now you're set up for good success on 3rd down.
He'll try to pick it up on the ground. He'll move it up to the 37-yard line, and it'll be a 1st down.
Offenses that are great on 3rd downs, what do? Most of the time, they keep it in manageable situations where they're not predictable, not just dropping back to pass. They do it here on 3rd and short. They convert. This offense has been so efficient on 3rd downs all throughout this season.
And he doesn't find much running room, a short gain on the play.
You know, runs like this oftentimes are like a boxer in a boxing match. Obviously, it's not a knockout punch, but these are body blows. As the game goes on, these small gains are going to turn into longer runs.
Oh, it's a reverse. That's what you expect from a senior. Don't give them any extra yards. Great tackle there.
Love the timing on the jet sweep there. The quarterback snapped it at the perfect moment. He could give it right away to the receiver to get outside, get around the defensive end, and start getting upfield.
Here they come, facing 3rd and long from the 40. From the gun, wants to pass. Throws to the wideout. Got his man. And he'll go down, but not before the big pickup and the first down. 3rd down, a lot of times it comes down to not necessarily who's the most open, who do you trust the most?
No, it's not about the X's and the O's. It's about the Jimmies and the Joes. And when my guy's better than you and I get you matched up out wide, and I know I trust you, I'm finding you. First down, physicality wins football games. Being able to run the football and create balance. And right here, just choose up another first down, gives you another chance to maybe continue to run the football.
And I feel like this guy, too, is just an explosive play waiting to happen. His vision, his quickness, and he's got a burst. If you give this guy just a crease, he's going to hit it. And right now, he's doing some damage on this defense.
Don't you love energetic defenses that fly around, that make things happen? The ones that get in the backfield, the running back tries to go somewhere. Where do you want him to go? There is nowhere to go. Nice job by the defense, creating the tackle for a loss on first down.
Makes his connection. And they'll get enough for the first down, and that's how things will come to a close here in the first quarter. Starting off this quarter close enough to smell the goal line. They'll use the running game on 1st and goal. And he's sprinting. He'll take it all the way. Touchdown, Rock Chalk Jayhawk.
You know, this offense knew coming into the season it was so important for this guy to stay healthy. They needed him week in, week out because he plays at such a high level, and he's showing it here. That last carry was his 10th rushing touchdown in the season.
After that latest answer tied things up, just about set to kick it away again. He'll bring it out. It's O'Connell. That is a decision he will likely regret. He brings it out of the end zone, and he's knocked down at the 10. Iowa has the ball back on offense. After standing on the sideline and watching that long touchdown drive, they really need to put something together to give their defense a rest.
And that's a real thing, man. Like, you played a lot of plays, you get worn out, you need a chance to go deep and press on the sideline, get some oxygen. Palmer, now it's on this offense.
Yeah, this is the definition of complementary football because it's a two-pronged problem. You've got to score points and answer, but you've also got to take your time and give your defense an opportunity to get their win.
And he runs through one tackle and picks up a few.
This running back just doesn't go down easy. It's just difficult for defenses to get him on the ground. Not overly huge, but if I'm an offensive coordinator, I'm going to continue to find ways to feature him and just, you know what, let his talent do the rest.
And from this angle, I don't think he got the first down. The defense won at the line of scrimmage.
These situations in football come up all the time. You practice them all throughout the week. Short yardage, gotta have it situations. I am not bringing my punt even on the field.
Snap to the up man, it's a fake. And they roll the dice, and it ain't snake eyes. They pick up the first down.
They had the exact look they had practiced for and what they wanted. The up man gets the snap directly. He's able to use the speed, get the first down, and the chains are moving.
Fires to the big fella. Got room at the 35. And he almost ran away from everybody on that one. A huge pickup on that play. The Hawkeyes want to pick up the tempo.
Defense, what are we doing? You can't miss that guy. How are you going to leave the big fella wide open? You can't act like you didn't see him line.
Hit the afterburners, kid. He was on his way. He could smell it. He gets it inside the 10. They stop him at the 9.
You cannot let that happen to you defensively. That is the definition of getting gashed. They didn't have one guy in their front seven even get a finger on that guy.
The offense will have to use its first timeout of the half.
Timeout, Iowa.
And the Hawkeyes have it with a first and goal. And he rolls into the house. Touchdown, Iowa!
This defense is going to have to do a better job being physical. That's 2 rushing touchdowns they've now allowed. They have got to be better close to the line of scrimmage.
The AT unit on the field. And the extra point is true, and they're on top by 7. Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
Final update, guys, in the battle between Sparty and Michigan and the fight over Paul Bunyan's trophy. Michigan left little doubt. You know, this version of Amazing Blue can hang with any of the teams of the past. And remember, this is a program with multiple national titles. The circle of life in college football, where one team moves on feeling like kings and the other heads home licking its wounds.
Kevin, thanks a lot for that one. Sounds as if they had a good one there. The Kansas offense returns to the field. On that last drive, defense had no idea what was happening. Run or pass, and it wound up in the end zone, Jesse.
Yeah, you saw the experience in this offense that last drive, too, on that touchdown. Everybody on the same page. These guys have repped these plays over and over in practice and in games, and it's working, David.
Yeah, so I got to find a way to disrupt it. I got to find a way to maybe be more aggressive, maybe blitz, mess up this rhythm they got going.
Didn't get much done on that first play of the drive. It's 2nd and 11. He's knocked down in the backfield, a swarming defense, and he'll lose 7.
It's so easy to let your eyes lie to you, to see the ball kind of go the other way. What's my assignment? My assignment is to make sure I contain on the backside. Great job by the defense, not getting fooled, playing their assignment, making the play.
On 3rd and long, a check down would be the last resort. Back open in the middle. And oh, he was off to the races after the catch, and they finally drag him down.
Well, look, that wasn't a touchdown. That was a massive play for this offense. They needed some momentum. They needed to find a rhythm, and what better way than converting on 3rd down. Awesome job by the quarterback getting through his progression.
Defense closed down quickly after a gain of 3. They'll mark it at the 32.
And a lot of times you want those big plays. You want those splash plays. But sometimes you're going to take some losses. You're not going to run the football overly well. But if you continue to run it, you can at least create some balance. You at least have the threat of it. Otherwise, you're just going to abandon it, and now it's just going to be a passing game.
It's complete. A huge pickup. And they'll do more than move the chains. They'll move that thing more than 30 yards down the field before it's finally stopped. The Jayhawks are moving quickly down the field. Give to the running back. And he moved it slightly forward. Defense played it well.
And offenses want to continue to feature the run. They want balance. Even if it's not super successful, you can take it a little bit at a time just to keep that defense honest.
After picking up a couple, it's 2nd and 8. The receivers often will run their route based on a side adjustment. Working that left side now. Stopped after making the catch. Well, he made the grab, but the doors closed quickly after that.
And I like this. I want to find my running back, but man, he's got to do a little more damage after the catch. I need a stiff arm. I need a spin move. I need something where he can make that guy miss and pick up a bunch of yards and maybe get a big play out of it.
To the ground to try to move the chains. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple.
Yeah, that's a really good job by the defense, because when you get in that 3rd and medium area, listen, you got to be worried about the run and the pass. Did a good job playing both. Got it stopped. Now forcing a 4th down.
Right down the boulevard. It's good. After that last field goal drive, they're set to kick it away. Let's see what he can get done from inside his own 15. Gets it all the way out to the 33 before he stopped. First down here with time for maybe one more play until the 2-minute warning. They'll try to get outside. Good pickup on the ground, and they'll mark him down at the 39. It's the 2-minute warning, and we'll see if the offense can tack a little something extra on their lead before the break. Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5. Calls his own number. And the freshman does a great job using his technique and getting the man on the ground.
You know, I really like this QB running the football because I know he's got a lot of speed, but he's not the biggest guy in the world, so he's not going to be able to break a lot of tackles. You really got to do a good job of trying to scheme ways to get him out in more space.
Yeah, I like the aggressiveness on 3rd and short, trying to throw the football, take advantage of a look that they got. They weren't successful, and now it's 4th and short territory. Who knows what they're going to do?
The Hawkeyes will try to pin them back with the punt. Let's see if he can help the coverage team out with this one. Fourth down, and the punt team sends it the other way. Really good job by the coverage team to make the stop, and that's where they'll put it in play. Kansas gets the ball back, and the Jayhawk offense is ready to go to work. Guys, that last trip a little disappointing having to take the 3.
Yeah, and I think, Jesse, you see so many offenses talk about getting yards and the tempo and all the stuff they do. It was a nice job moving the football, but they got to get in the end zone this time.
Yeah, and I think to do that, they just got to be more physical at the point of attack, get some push up front. They need to be the best running team in this game to win.
A little bit more to go after that last completion. They'll try to pick it up on 2nd down. And the ball comes out. What a disastrous play. Oh, the fumble, and the defense got it. Touchdown, Hawkeyes! The defense into their own hands.
Number 54 takes it in for the defense.
And how about the keen eyes and sharp awareness from the coach to challenge that call, and the officials agree it'll go his way. If they can convert here, that type of play can really give you a shot of momentum. Quarterback making adjustments with his receivers. On 3rd down, he'll try to pick it up through the air. Fires into traffic. It's picked off. Got some room to run. Running inside the 20. And a big return after the INT sets up the offense for this possession.
Well, we know these are slick conditions today in this game. Wide receiver just didn't seem to really get a good grasp on the ball when it hit his hands. Didn't stick right away. There's a A bit of a bobble, and because of it, the defense able to come away with the pick.
Motion from the offense. Quarterback run is part of their game plan.
Well, they try to go quarterback designed run on that play, but the defense just not buying it. Nice job, everybody playing downhill and making a tackle close to the line of scrimmage.
The give to the back. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple. We got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. Man, what a spectacular play by that defensive end to come up with the tackle there.
And you see those guys get off the football so fast. Most of these guys are 250 to 275 pounds, but they get off the ball fast, low. And the offensive linemen, they have no chance to stop those guys as quick and as fast as they are.
Pulls and fired complete. Referee signals timeout. It's the defense wanting to make sure that they have everything just right with a big play coming. And it looks as if they're going to try a field goal. Splits the uprights. It's good.
You've got to make the opponent pay for turning the football over. And while this team would have liked to have scored a touchdown off that pick, I think they're pretty happy getting the field goal.
And there will be no return on this one as the ball bounds into the end zone. Inside 30 seconds to play in the half. We'll see how aggressive they are on this drive. Quarterback changing the plays at the line. They'll come out on this drive and let it rip. Got rid of it in a hurry, but he couldn't find his man. It's incomplete.
And sometimes the quarterback grabs the football so quick and tries to get out of his hand, rushes it a little bit on these quick throws. Sometimes they'll even grab the laces, and you can tell he just grabbed it, threw it a little bit too quick, and missed behind the wide receiver.
Got to be smart, patient, great vision, uses all of that to get to the 29. One snap coming before they head to the locker room. They'll try the right side. He'll be brought down, and that's the final play of the half. First half in the books. Time now to join Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
Iowa 17, Kansas 10.
Kickoff team has the ball teed up, and they're about ready to go. On the run from inside his own 5. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. Iowa has it back on offense, hoping to ride the wave to the end zone. They opened this third quarter on top, and they built the lead on the strength of that running game.
And they made a huge statement, too, just proving to the other team that they're more physical, they're winning in the trenches. So here in the second half, David, just keep demoralizing this defense by pounding the football.
Yeah, and I'm not going to let that happen. I riled up my guys at halftime. We're going to put more people in the box, and we got to come out and meet the physical challenge of this offense.
And here's a fumble way behind the line. And they are fortunate to get the ball back, but unfortunate to have a long way to go after that loss. And wait just a second. The official's going to take a second look at this one. And you know the standard is indisputable video evidence, and the officials will change the call. You make up the game plan, and not a lot on the play sheet for this. 3rd and long from inside their own 20. These corners backing off a bit. On 3rd and long, no secret what he needs here. Makes the catch down the right side. And they pick up a better than 30 yards on that completion before the defense brings him down.
And a big reason why this team has the lead in this game is because of plays like that. They know they've got firepower throwing the ball. They've got the dudes outside that can make things happen. You saw it in the first half, and you see it here again early in the third quarter.
And how about the efficiency on that one? It'll bring up 2nd and 4.
Well, this offense came into the game knowing they wanted to be physical, they wanted to establish the line of scrimmage, and they're running downhill right at this defense, and they're churning out positive yardage early.
Give to the back. Really nice stop there from this senior leader. From the 36, a 3rd down, and you wonder if they're willing to take 2 plays to get the first. They'll try to run for it. Open space at the 25. Touchdown, Iowa! And once he found daylight, it was Katie bar the door, baby.
Number 24.
An impressive run from the back. Gets him 6 points, good drink of water, and maybe a little oxygen.
He definitely needs some oxygen after that long run, but it looks simple, right? Just hand the ball off, but when you can make big plays like this in the run game, man, does it make offense fun.
Getting set for the point after.
Kicker is on for the extra point.
And with the extra point, they push the lead out a little further. And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
Guys, right back to your game after we update the nation on this one. Notre Dame notched a victory in enemy territory, and though it wasn't a dominant win, I'd argue any win away from South Bend is worth its weight in gold to the Golden Domers. A lot to go through in the film session this week for both teams, but boy, it sure is going to be easier for the side that came away with the win.
Yeah, how about that? Sounds as if they had a good ball game there. Kevin, thanks for the update. I don't think they got it snapped before the play clock ran out. Offense took a little bit too much time at the line there. First down here for the offense. Linebackers trying to create some confusion. To the ground with the back. Into the pile, maybe got one. He stopped at the 21.
I never know if it's grammatically correct to say a team is being out-physicaled. You hear it a lot in football, though. That's happening in this game. They are just not getting the push they need all game long up front to have any success when they decide to run it.
Clock ticks under the 4-minute mark here in the third quarter. The run from the shotgun. Corralled and brought down by the defense.
Listen, in these situations, it's so hard to push the ball down the field because the defense is playing pass. We bring in more DBs. We're dropping deeper in our coverage, and we're making you throw the ball underneath or run the football. Nice job by the running back. Listen, he got good yards. He didn't get the first down, but now he's in a situation where third down becomes something where it's not predictable. Now it's a situation where they can go out and have success.
And the Jayhawks will have it 1st and 10. That one did not go well. Tackled in the backfield for a loss of 6.
You know, defensively, you live by the blitz and you die by the blitz. That time, they dialed it up into the run play, and the linebacker able to make a nice tackle.
They'll line up for a 2nd down play. He's looking to throw. Floating away. He's got an open man. He's run out of bounds, but not before. Turning in a big pickup and moving the sticks for a 1st down. The Jayhawks are moving quickly down the field. From the gun, the ground game.
And these defensive tackles just eat people. They swallow human beings when you get near. They're so big, so strong. And those guys, those running backs coming, they just need a mitt. They put 1 minute on a running back, and he usually falls to the ground just because of their sheer mass and strength.
They're bringing heat. Fires to the wideout. It's complete. They'll mark him down right there, but it is a big play, and they'll move the chains.
Well, you can tell those two have been practicing the out route all off season long. They look like they could have completed that in their sleep.
They go to the ground. Relying on that running game inside the red zone. He picked up 3 to the 11. It'll be second down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring. They'll give it to the back. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
I love this linebacker because he's able to dissect what's happening in front of him, and he reacts downhill, uses his speed to get to the line of scrimmage and create the negative play.
Fast motion from the offense. On third down, going up top. And it's incomplete despite some serious arm strength shown there.
Third and long situation. They try to go screen. I think they were hoping it was going to be a big zone and they could get those offensive linemen down the field, but the defense sniffed it out, forcing the incompletion.
A famous writer once said, most men lead lives of quiet desperation. Here is a desperate move, going for it on fourth down, trailing by double figures. He makes the catch in the end zone. Touchdown, Kansas.
Number 18 with the catch in the end zone.
Ready to try the point after. And the extra point is good as they close to within a touchdown, 24-17. They put together an 81-yard drive, and the score comes on a 12-yard touchdown pass. From inside his own 10, he'll try to help out their field position. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. The ball back on offense. Now they need to put something together to answer that last score.
There's a lot of pressure, too, on this offense to have to execute at a high level. They've got to score points, David, but they can't go too fast because their defense right now is tied.
And I think that's the difficulty being a play caller. Like, I have to balance all of those things. My defense is a little bit tired. I can't put on the field, but I got to be aggressive because this is a back-and-forth type game, so a lot to process and think about.
Second down coming up. They'll leave it with him. Running with power. And they're able to force him out of bounds after a short pickup. Now looking for that first down on third and short from the 26. Looking downfield, it's Toppin. Short throw to the sideline, complete. He steps out of bounds with a first down. We asked earlier this week, who's your favorite receiver? And, of course, he said the open one, but we know who he really wants to go to on third down.
The best one. I think the open one, obviously the politically correct answer, but you want to find the guy that you got that great chemistry with. You know exactly where he's going to be. You got that bond and that trust.
It's going to be important this offensive line is able to get a little bit of push. Just got to give this guy an inch, a little crease, and he can make yards for it.
And he can't escape, and down he goes.
And those outside linebackers nowadays, they're so fast. They got to cover ground. You can blitz them off the edge, and they can get after quarterbacks. Versatile. That's why they're getting drafted so high in the NFL and getting paid all that.
On third and long, trying to have a big completion here. Fires into traffic, intercepted. Made that play and was hoping to make another one on the return, but they'll take it in business at the 41.
That's how you got to give the defense credit, though, because with these conditions, it's not easy to catch for the offensive players. Certainly not for the defense, but great eye-hand coordination securing that interception.
On first down, here comes this offense. They'll run it from the gun. That's what you expect from a senior. Don't give them any extra yards. Great tackle there. Here comes the offense on second down. They'll keep it on the ground. There to make the stop, and we've played 3 in this one.
That's the end of the third quarter of play. With the score, Iowa 24, Kansas 17.
They've changed ends of the field, now facing third down as they go back to work. Out of the gun, they'll run it inside. Really good. Third down, he got 5, but they're still left with a 4th and 3. No signs of any kind of kicker as they'll leave the offense out there to try to move those chains. Quarterback checking off. They're throwing for it on 4th down. Makes the grab, and he's got the first. And he's knocked down immediately, but not before he moves the chain.
That's a great example of the receiver knowing exactly where the first down marker is. He got the depth he needed to get, so once he was able to make the catch, he already knew he had it. Now a fresh set of downs.
They're going to run it. They get him off his feet after a pickup of 5 down to the 25.
Hey, 5 to 6 yards a pop. I don't know if you guys are really good at math, but that usually equals a first down every couple carries. So don't forget about the run game. Keep them honest. Pound that rock.
Stop is made, but he picks up 4 yards down to the 21-yard line.
I think that was an example of the offensive coordinator trying to help out his quarterback. He's trying to keep these third downs manageable. You know, you throw the ball on second down and it's incomplete. Now you've set up 3rd and long, and now you're set up to fail.
Already in chip shot field goal range at the 21, but this 3rd and short, they're still thinking touchdown. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage.
Well, and he gets stuffed on that QB sneak. He's just not doing a really good job of reading the crease and finding a little space to kind of tuck into and drive his feet. He's just running himself into a wall there.
Well, and how about the big boys up front? Make a crease. Push somebody back. Create some space. There was nowhere to go.
They spun that wheel of fortune on 4th down and come up bankrupt. Iowa has it back on offense, hoping to ride the wave to the end zone. They go to the end around to start the drive. That'll get them thinking. Makes the stop at the 32, but he picks up 10 on that play.
Well, it's a huge play on the jet sweep, getting that first down. Defensively, I think everybody had their eyes in the backfield. They were not expecting that guy to get the football that quickly and be on the perimeter of the field.
And he's knocked down, but there's also laundry on the field. We'll see what the officials have called. The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. First down for this offense. using his feet. Still on his feet at the 35. Nothing but green ahead. He was off to the races, and maybe another step or two and he would have scored, but they get him at the 21-yard line.
That was just an open alley for that back. I don't think he was touched once before the tackle.
So he wouldn't even been down in two-hand touch?
No.
Early movement on the offense will push them back a bit. So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. After the 5-yard step off, 1st and 15 for this offense. They'll keep it on the ground to keep this clock moving. That play just never had a chance. They knock him down for a loss of 5.
And a great job by the linebacker. You can tell starting to crowd the line of scrimmage, get up there in the line of scrimmage, see it, diagnose it, get in the backfield, get the running back on the ground for the tackle for the loss.
Now on 2nd down. And the quarterback will take a sack back at the 36.
And that's why everybody in college football is trying to recruit athletes like this to play the 4-3 defensive end position. You can find guys that can stop the run at defensive end, but how many are excellent pass rushers? How many have all the tools in their toolbox like this guy does? Not many.
And we might as well state the obvious. 1st and 2nd down didn't work out. 3rd and very long. Scanning the field, it's Toppin. Throws to the back. It's complete to the right. And he's not going to get there. The defense stands tall and makes the stop.
This is one of those unique situations in a game as a head coach. You're trying to feel the momentum, and what's your confidence in your quarterback, because you've got 4th, you're in field goal range, but you've got the weapons to get one more completion and ice this thing. So do you kick the field goal or do you go for it?
The attempt is no good, and the margin remains at 7 after the miss. The Kansas offense returns to the field. There's plenty of time to work with here, but they have to be highly efficient in their attack, Jesse.
So it comes down to the quarterback position.
Fires into traffic, picked off. He'll try to take it back. He's at the 20. After making the interception, he took it all the way back and sets up his offense at the 17-yard line. And now the offense will come onto the field again. Got some room, headed to